Good day everyone, I'm Hurley Borafy Reviews here, back at it again with my review for the triple win Ruta 10, okay? But before we proceed, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured that all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core like I always do, for the benefit of everybody, of course, including me, since again, I won't be editing this extensively. I prefer writing reviews than recording them, and at the same time, English isn't really my native language, so for any further grammatical errors here and there, I do apologize for that one. I'm still learning to speak in public, so yeah. Okay, so it's been a while since I have noticed or I have seen a triple win product here and there. And I'll be honest, I haven't really reviewed a triple win IEM because they never really got the hype here in our country, and at the same time, the products of triple win here are quite sparse in our country. So yeah, there's that. Fast forward here, and I am really grateful that I have now get to hands on with a triple win product. The last triple win product that I have seen in the internet was it was a collaboration. I believe it was the triple win X0DB Vivace. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that name, but that's the last triple win IM that I have seen. I haven't personally what do you call this? I haven't personally listened or get got a hands on that one because triple win um doesn't really interact with their personal chats or their emails. So I do understand on that one. Okay. So to give you an idea, first things first, the triple win Ruta 10 costs around 21 US dollars or 20 plus ish US dollars by the time that I record this video. So it is around 1,100 pesos plus here in our country in Philippine peso. Okay? The triple win Ruta 10 also comes in two colors. The first one being the black. Yes, it is a matte black colorway, and what I have here is a silver chrome-ish glossy colorway, but it does remind me of blonde colorways a lot. So yeah, I have to give that one. As for the sound, it doesn't sound like a blonde IM at all, which is a good thing. Okay, so here's the box. The box is quite simple. I do like this design. It is very minimal. So as you can see, it is the triple win Ruta 10 in 10mm LCP dynamic driver in your earphone. And as you can see here, what I have here is with the triple win Ruta 10 silver. Yeah, I do believe the SL means silver in 3.5 standard. I do believe also that you can purchase the Ruta 10 with the version that has a mic, but what I have here doesn't have that. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so here's the back of the box. As you can see, there is an FR graph on this one. For those people that reads FR graphs regularly on their IEMs that they are interested in, so triple win included that as well. So you can see it is in 10mm LCP dynamic driver in earphone. So yeah, LCP has a very special place in my heart when it comes to the driver configurations, along with the Kinera's SPD, or the square planar magnetic driver, or square planar driver to be specific. It, I really like their characteristics because as far as I remember, since I have requested a previous DIY model for me to build a flatted earbuds with an LCP driver. No tunings done or anything like that. Just bare bone stock, just a snap build of a LCP driver. I kinda like the tuning on that one right out of the bat without any tunings done or extensive tunings done on the LCP driver. LCP drivers, based on my experience, accentuates the vocals a little bit. It gives a clear vivid-ish mids, which I really like. So I'm not, although do take note that not all LCP drivers are like that, especially when when the brand or manufacturer tunes their own product in some way. Probably they make the mids a bit more warm or something like that, or they make the mids a bit more thick or something like that. So it really depends, but from what I experienced, stock LCP drivers or stock tuning on LCP drivers are already great to begin with. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so enough with the rambling on that one, but yeah, I do have a special place in my heart when it comes to the LCP drivers. Okay, so as you can see here, that's the FR graph, and yep, that's the FR graph as you can see. And here are the parameters. Yes, this is the important thing to me. Okay, so you can see the parameters of the Ruta 10. Yeah, driver size is 10 millimeter. I am quite surprised that they managed to squeeze a 10 millimeter on this one, because this is quite small. I expected it to be a 6 millimeter dynamic driver, but yeah, I am wrong on that one. As you can see, the diaphragm material is LCP. It is rated in 32 ohms, and the sensitivity on this one is 108 decibels. So it is fairly easy to drive. Actually, I don't require you to use this with a 4.4 balance connection. It doesn't need that. Okay. Okay. So yeah, the frequency response on that one, cable connector, and yeah, the OFC silver plated the cable. Okay. So here's the accessories that you'll get with the Triple Win Ruta 10. Although it isn't really a lot for this price, do take note that this is around 20-ish dollars. A pouch would be nice on this one, but hey, KZX is also within this price point, and it doesn't have that accessory, so I guess this is passable. But to me, if I would really nitpick, a case or a pouch of this one for this one would be a really good treat. As you can see, here are the stock ear tips. I do like these ear tips a lot because it reminds me of final ear tips, but a bit thinner on the driver on the material composition. Sorry, as you can see, it is quite nice. It does look like a Venus velvet also, but it is a bit thinner. So yeah, it isn't. As you can see, it is really nice. I do like these ear tips. I do like these ear tips a lot. It is also wide bore as well, as you can see. Yeah, as you can see, it really fits my ears really well. As you can see, as for the ear tips, of course, as you can see, and it has a marking on this one. I can't seem to make you look on this one. Let's see if, as you can see, yeah, there's the XL logo on that one. Yep. So in total, you'll get like 4 pairs of ear tips on this one. So it is small, medium, large, and extra large, which is a good thing. And here's the cable on itself. As for the cable, to me, I honestly don't like the cable, because yes, I do like thin cables, but this is quite what do you call this? This is quite thin, or flimsy in my opinion. But one thing's for sure, it doesn't have any microphonics, so that's a good thing. But if I were to nitpick, the cable on this one could be better. It could have been better, probably a little bit thicker, or a little bit more, what do you call this, premium feeling, or a cable that fits within the price range. So there's nothing to write home about with the cable, so that's actually okay. And here are the drivers itself. As you can see, it is really nice, but yeah, it is a fingerprint and smudge magnet. As you can see, scratch magnet as well, with the Triple Win logo there. If I were to knit, but again, the black, yeah, there's the black version of this one. It exists, so if you want no fingerprints on this one, or smudges or scratches, then by all means do get the black colorway of the Triple Win Ruta 10, as you can see. So yeah, as you can see, so there's that. There's the driver shell at the back. Okay, as you can see, and it snaps the ear tips like so. Yep, they did a good job on this one, because as you can see, the back of the ear tips is quite narrow for it to have a secure fit on the nozzle of the Triple Win Ruta 10. So that's a good thing. Yep. Okay. As for the fit, comfort, and isolation, I am on the larger side of the spectrum when it comes to the ear tips. Yeah. When it comes to the size of ears, sorry. So to my ears, it is a little bit flimsy when it comes to the actually in the isolation. When it comes to the isolation, as for the fit and comfort, I had no problems with this one because this is quite tiny to my ears. So for an average size ears, this will fit really well. Oh, as you can see, the cable is very stubborn, but oh well. Yeah, as for the fit and comfort, I had no problems. As for the isolation, it is quite shallow to my ears because it is, as you can see, it is a bit small. It is a bit on the smaller side. So for those average to smaller size ears, this will fit you just fine. I had no problems because it doesn't really have any edges or anything like that. Even driver flex, it doesn't exhibit that. So that's really a good thing. So yeah, as for the drivability on this one, I had no problems as well. This is very easy to drive. I had no problems using this even without a dongle. But I do see the, what do you call this, the improvements. Yes, the improvements when you use the Ruta 10 with a USB dock or a USB dongle, especially on the on the base and the lower mids region, because it tends to be a little bit cleaner when you use it with a dedicated dock. Even at least two VRM stack, like for example a Venture Electronics Devastator or probably a J Kali JM6 or something like that. So you don't need to spend expensive DACs or expensive sources with the Ruta 10. You'll be just fine with a budget dongle on this one. Okay? Okay. Now as for the sound, what's the sound of the Triple Win Ruta 10? To my surprise, it sounds really good. The sound on this one is, for if we're going for a general, yes, for a general definition, the Ruta 10 sounds fairly neutral to me, with a little bit of bass elevation here and there. But if we're being specific, for those people who like specific and precise, the Ruta 10, the Triple Win Ruta 10 sounds a little bit mild V shape to my ears, with a noticeable bass elevation. Yes, it has a noticeable bass elevation and a slightly accentuated vocals, but not to the point that I'd call it nasal or honky or something like that. It is beautifully done. Okay, so we'll tackle the bass first. The bass on this one, it is again elevated. It is elevated. It has that sub bass elevation going on with this one, as most sets in today's market has that. It isn't really a good. It isn't really a bad thing, but if you have a lot of IEMs and all of them sounds like that, it tends to get a little bit bland or boring here and there. But for most people, it isn't really a problem. It is just a nitpick to me. The sub bass is noticeably more dominant than the mid bass on this one. So it kind of gives that rumbly impression here and there, but it is beautifully done because it doesn't sound mushy, it doesn't sound slow, it doesn't sound anything of those aforementioned things like at all. So it is quite clean despite having an elevated sub bass response. If I were to nitpick, on this one, I would nitpick that the mid bass here, or the mid bass slam, is quite lacking to my liking. But at the same time, it isn't really noticeable most of the time, actually, when you use the triple win Ruta 10. But probably for those people who prefer that punchy mid bass response, that punchy, slammy mid bass response, you might find that the triple win Ruta 10 lacks a bit on that one. It kind of lacks on the presence, but at the same time, it doesn't really lack at all on most scenarios. Okay, can I call this a basshead IEM? Well, if you're on a budget, of course, you can call this a basshead IEM because the bass is present, but it only shows itself when it is needed. So yeah, you kind of call this a bass headset, but to my ears, I wouldn't call it a bass headset because those IEMs that existed almost a decade ago has more bass quantity than the triple win Ruta 10. But at the same time, it doesn't have the bass quality that the triple win Ruta 10 has, because the bass on this one is really clean, while at the same time elevated. Also, the bass on this one, it isn't as deep as what I would prefer. Yes, sure, it does have the sub-bass rumble, it does have the sub-bass elevation here and there, that meaty, thick sub-bass response, but at the same time, it doesn't have the depth that I am looking for. But I do believe that this is an implementation concern, because as far as I know, most sets that have a neutral-ish presentation doesn't seem to exhibit a very deep sub-bass response. So that is quite expected. Okay, now as for the mids on this one is okay. Yes, it is clean. It is reasonably detailed for its price. I have no qualms about it. It is slightly warm. It isn't really that warm, but it is slightly warm and will only be noticeable when you compare this with a neutral sounding set within the 20 USD range, like for example the Tangerine Bunny, or probably the Tangzu 1R to 1R second gen, or the 1R SE. That's the time that you will notice that the Ruta 10 is a bit slightly warm on that regard. Okay, so lower mids on this one have no problems. The thickness on this one have no problems as well. Okay, as for the upper mids on this one is well extended. It is slightly forward, as what I have told, or as what I have said before. It does have the sparkle going on. It does have the extension going on. It does have the clarity that I would expect from a 20-ish US dollars IEM. So, it doesn't have any abnormalities, like for example abnormal peaks or harshness or sibilance here in this region, which means that I can recommend this to pretty much everyone in the hobby. But do take note, for those people that are very sensitive to upper frequencies, they might find that the upper mids on the Ruta 10 a bit borderline bright on that regard. Okay, okay. Now, as for the treble in this one is well extended, but not as forward when compared to the upper mids. It is still clean. It does have some decent air to it, and it does have some details to it. So yeah, you will be having no problems on this one. Sibilance and harshness on this one is nearly non-existent. To my ears, it doesn't really sound sibilant or harsh at all. It doesn't even sound bright to begin with. I actually find it a little bit laid back actually. So yeah, that's a good thing. So there's that. Okay. Micro detail retrievals on this one is quite okay. It is decent for its asking price. I have nothing to write home about on this one. Okay. Now as for the technical chops on this one is quite decent. It is okay. It is fairly clean even on busy passages for its price. I had no problems again on that one. Separation and layering again is clean. The sound stage on this one is your usual wide with the usual height and depth, but at the same time it is quite in your head. In terms of presentation, imaging is accurate on this one. I had no problems on this one. Okay. Okay, so where should we compare this Triple-Win Ruta 10? We should compare the Triple-Win Ruta 10 with the sets that I have mentioned earlier. Like for example, the Tangzu 1R second gen. When compared, the Tangzu 1R second gen is a bit more sterile. It is more bland. It is more neutral. And at the same time, it is a bit more brighter on the upper frequencies. The bass on that one is also a bit more subdued when compared to the Ruta 10, but at the same time, the bass on that one is a little bit deeper when compared to the Ruta 10, which is quite odd to my ears. Technical chops, yes, technical chops on that one is a bit better compared to the Ruta 10, but again, a bit better, not really that far, which is anticipated for its asking price. Um, and the upper frequencies on the Tangzu 1 or second gen is a little bit sharp or sharper when compared to the Ruta 10. So, for those people that are very sensitive to upper frequencies, the Tangzu 1 or second gen might come across peaky or might come across bright to their ears. So, there's that. Okay, when compared to the Tangerine Bunny, the Tangerine Bunny is noticeably a little bit more U-shaped. It has a little bit more mid-bass presence that going on here and there. But at the same time, the soundstage is a little bit closed in when compared to the Ruta 10. It is a little bit more forgiving on poorly mastered / recorded tracks as well. But as for the technical chops, the separation and layering is a little bit better on the Ruta 10. Okay, so where should we compare this next? We should compare this next with the Salnotes 7 Hz 02. So the 02 when compared to the Ruta 10 is a bit more, it is a bit more bassy, but at the same time it is also leaner, if I'm making sense. Probably that's because it is a clinical tuned IM as far as I remember, but yeah. It is a little, it is noticeably leaner, and at the same time it is noticeably lesser as well in the sub bass, yes, in the sub bass quantity compared to the Ruta 10. And also the Ruta 10 has also a bit more base layering slash texture going on when compared to the Salnote 02. So that's a good thing. Okay, so I'll speak Tagalog for my quick rundown here with the Triple-Win Ruta 10. Okay, here we go. Okay, so bali si Triple-Win Ruta 10 is a 1,100 pesos IM by the time na nire-record ko tong video na to. Maliit lang siya sa tenga, madali siya ma-drive, so wala kang magiging problema doon. Ang problema ko lang dito is itong cable talaga. If kaya nilang gawing mas better, please, sana ginawa nilang better. And ayun, maganda yung ear tips niya. Gusto ko yung ear tips talaga na ito. Okay? Again, madali lang siya ma-drive, madali lang siya ma-fit, madali lang lahat. Pero kung halimbawa malaki yung tenga mo katulad ko, baka ma-feel mo na hindi siya snug, hindi snug yung fit niya gaano sa tenga. Kasi baka sa tenga mo mababaw lang yung fit na itong Triple-Win Ruta 10. Okay, sa tunog niya, yung tunog niya medyo neutral na may pagka-bassy, may ano siya, may obvious siya na sub-bass elevation. So meron siyang parang angat yung sub-bass niya. Yung mids niya malinaw naman, pati yung treble. Yung sa upper mids niya slightly forward, so yung vocals dun sa upper mids sa slightly much forward when compared sa usual. Pero hindi mo siya maalata sa una unless na lang mag-compare ka rin ng sets dito sa price na to. Sa technical performance, as for the technical performance naman netong Triple-Win Ruta 10, ayun, wala akong masabi. I guess, passable siya. Yes, passable siya sa price na to. Wala naman ako ding in-expect na iba. Ayun, maayos naman yung soundstage, malawak naman. Okay naman yung imaging. Malinis naman overall yung separation at layering. Pero syempre, kung halimbawa galing ka sa mas mahal na IEM, in this point in time, probably ano mo to na medyo parang may congestion pa rin siya here and there, which is understandable. Do take note na nasa 1,100 pesos category pa lang tayo ng earphone. So, ayun, sa price na to, para sa akin medyo underrated tong Triple-Win Ruta 10. Mas pipiliin ko to kesa sa One Air 2nd Gen actually, and sa Salnotes 02. Para sa akin lang naman. Kasi alam mo yun, maganda yung tuning niya, pang all-rounder talaga. And yung fit niya din maganda, lalo na sa mga taong maliliit yung tenga o nasa average size yung tenga. Okay? Okay, so balik na ako sa English version or verdict na tong review. Okay, so what's my verdict with the Triple-Win Ruta 10? The Triple-Win Ruta 10 currently is an underrated gem for me, under $30 because it is a very all-rounder, well-tuned set, but at the same time, it does not seem to exhibit any deal breakers or serious deal breakers for some people or for most people or for an average Joe. Like for example, this one might come across as sibilant or peaky or anything like that. The bass could be muddy or something like that. The Triple-Win Ruta 10 does not have any of those, which is a really good thing. If I were to nitpick, the sound of this one might come across as bland or probably as boring to some people, but it is a beautifully boring, if I'm making sense, of an IEM, because it doesn't seem to exhibit any abnormalities or anything like that. It is a very safe recommendation to me for those people who prefer an easy to drive IEM that is a little bit, what do you call this, that is all rounder, that is versatile. Okay, that probably you can lend your friend whenever he or she needs an IEM that is easy to drive and does pretty much everything for its asking price. Well, the Triple-Win Ruta 10 can cater all of those. I had no problems with this one. In my personal opinion, I will take the Triple-Win Ruta 10 actually over the Tangzu 1 or 2nd Gen, mainly because of the fit, and at the same time the upper mids presentation or the upper frequencies presentation of the uh, 1 or 2nd gen. I'd also take the Ruta 10 over the 7 Hz Salnote 02 because I prefer the overall sound of the Ruta 10. It is a bit more textured. It is a bit more detailed when compared uh, to the Salnote 02. The Salnote 02 sounded a little bit bland, more bland actually, and a little bit more textureless when compared to the Ruta 10 for me. So yeah, probably this is my personal favorite. This is my personal favorite for 20-ish USD, along with the Tungsten Bunny. But if I were to like do a quick purchase, the Ruta 10 will be my top recommendation and my top purchase as well. Okay, so that ends my review for the Triple Win Ruta 10. Again, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending this unit to me in an exchange for a very honest and transparent review. Rest assured that all of my reviews are honest and transparent to the core like I always do, for the benefit of everybody, of course, including me. Since again and again, I won't be editing this extensively. I prefer writing reviews than recording them, and at the same time, pardon me for my future grammatical errors here and there. English isn't really my native language. Okay? Okay. Now, as for the backlogs, I have still a lot of backlogging. Like, for example, I have Iduna Vulcan 2 on the works. Yes, I do have KZIEMs on the works. That is long due. My apologies to KZ on that one. And I also have the Rosel sa Photon Pro, and at the same time I also have an ND Pulsar TWS, and at the same time I also have a headphone along the way. So yeah, the backlogs are backlogging, and what do you call this, thank you for stopping by, and thank you for watching my video, and see you on the next one. Apa? Last one.